Atlanta United 2 returns home to Kennesaw in the midweek. Their task in the USL Championship, one of the hottest teams around. The Charlotte Independents visit Fifth Third Bank Stadium on ESPN Plus next. From Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw, Georgia, it's time for a little action at the Fraction in the Eastern Conference in the USL Championship. Atlanta United 2, your hosts, coming in tonight at a record of 3-11-4, losers of 6 in a row, taking on the Charlotte Independents, coming in after a slow start on their own. They're at 5-7-8. Alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so this evening. And Jason, when you look at Charlotte, it was a slow start for them, 9 points in their first 14 matches. Mike Jeffries comes from upstairs back down to the touchline, and the results have been nothing but hot.
11 days ago, it was a huge win over St. Louis FC to move into that final playoff spot, 10th in the Eastern Conference. Earlier in the summer, you would have never guessed that Charlotte would be sitting in that spot at number 10. It's been a strong run every summer under Mike Jeffries. They seem to go on these streaks, and Charlotte climbs up the table. 2019's no exception. Right now, Atlanta United 2, 18th in the Eastern Conference. In the spot shadow tonight for the visitors, let's talk about a local guy. Former Decatur High School captain Kevon George, former Columbus Crew player in Major League Soccer. His veteran experience is a key part of this Charlotte midfield. He's also got a lot of experience here in the state of Georgia with the Olympic Development Program, also played for the Concord Fire Club. On the flip side, for the Stripes, someone who got to sign a piece of paper recently, which was cool. The 6th homegrown signing in Atlanta United's history, George Campbell, is also recently added to the homegrown game as part of MLS's All-Star Week in Orlando next week. It's been a learning process for Campbell. He's gotten a lot of experience here in the USL Championship, which has earned him a contract at the next level. When we come back, starting 11's coaches in the first 45. It's the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Atlanta United 2 and Charlotte stick and stay. We'll be right back.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Get you ready for Atlanta United 2 and Charlotte Independents. Time to take a peek at our starting 11s, and we'll start with the away team who, in keeping in form since it is Christmas in July, decided to break out the tree tonight.
Yeah, it's not going to always look like this, though. The Charlotte lineup is very fluid. Dominic Aduro will float out wide. Alex Martinez will also float out wide. But the central core of George Taku and Enzo Martinez, that's the engine room for Charlotte.
And speaking of the engine room for Charlotte, what about the engine room for Atlanta United 2?
Yeah, it's a trio in midfield of Jose Hernandez, Jack Metcalf, Kevin Barajas. They'll have their work cut out for them, but they have some firepower up top and front, especially Kanekimana with a lot of speed on that left side.
Looking forward to seeing the speed of Bienveni Kanekimana, 29 on the left up front for the Stripes. When you look at the coaches, there's Stephen Glass. And Glassy had a match in Birmingham against the Legion, coming back on short notice, schedule compression in the USL Championship.
It's difficult at times, and you've got a young squad that you have to try to manage the emotions of. I thought they had some really good moments in the second half, but it fell apart at the end.
And on the flip side, right there at the end of the bench, it's Mike Jeffries. He was the general manager. And you see right there, 4-0-2 since he was named head coach on June 12th after Jim McGinnis was relieved of duty.
Jeffries just gets this team going on streaks. They were 12 unbeaten in 2015, 2 6-match unbeaten runs in 2016, a 7-match unbeaten run in 2018, 7 matches unbeaten right now.
And we are underway here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Your referee, the man in the middle, Marco Vega. Your AR1, Eric Wood. Brian Marshall, your AR2. And your fourth official tonight is Kadeem Sabara.
Marco Vega, his last match out, Timbers 2 and Tulsa. 2 red cards issued, 1 for double yellow. Keep an eye on Vega in the middle and how he controls the match tonight.
Captain Jack back to George Campbell, who'll send it all the way back to Dylan Castanera. And Atlanta United 2 will start it all over again. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us and accessing us however you are doing so. Shout out to everybody at Jack's house tonight watching on the Charlotte end of things. Work in the middle, Damaduro. Knocked away by Dacus. Okonkwo and Campbell. Lawrence White calling for it, and he will get it. Maduro on him, so sent backwards to Campbell. All the way back over to Dacus. One side to the other, and it's Hernandez. A little back and forth, and all the way back to Castanera, chasing. It is Enzo Martinez. You can't miss Enzo. Enzo almost got a cleat on it there. Atlanta United 2 just trying to settle things down in possession. Okonkwo was there, but it was last touched by Okonkwo, so it'll go to Charlotte.
Okonkwo flaring out to the left, and Kanekimana's slid over to the right side with Jackson Conway, the point man up top.
Looking for Damaduro, didn't quite happen, so it'll be a throw for the Stripes. And see how they try to build right now with Captain Jack. 2 changes for Charlotte from their match last time out a week and a half ago against St. Louis FC. Joel Johnson, who's out on accumulation, so he is not in tonight on red. Action here for Atlanta United 2 right there at the elbow. Sent in with the right header up and easily grabbed by Brandon Miller.
Good strength from Patrick Okonkwo to keep that play moving forward. Cross not good enough to pick out a teammate.
And the other change, Nicky Jackson, who is in the 17 tonight for Charlotte. And a whistle there, and it's going to be a set piece opportunity for the Stripes from about 28.
Conway gets fouled from behind, and it's a dangerous set piece opportunity for Atlanta United 2. Jackson Conway, the teenager, hold-up play up top has been an increasingly big part of his game. You get a good glimpse at it here, and that's where he earns the free kick for his squad. Gets whacked from behind by Roberts, or by Tico. And this is an opportunity for either Hernandez or Metcalf to go at goal.
You see Hernandez setting it up. He would go with the left. Captain Jack would go with the right. So let's see what happens here. Minute number 4. Vega making sure that the wall is 10 back. Still trying to make sure that the wall is 10 back, because you see Enzo Martinez there trying to get toward the edge of it. 4+ Enzo, Captain Jack with the right, and Brandon Miller with the punch save. So let's see what comes up. Oduro was there, but Kanekimana and his speed get there first. Last touch by Kanekimana, and there was your first chance for the Stripes here in minute 4.
Good take from Jack Metcalf. Forces a diving save. Full extension, both hands to push it wide.
Kevin Barajas now in pressure as Charlotte tries to work their way from one end of the field to the other. As you're looking at it here in the first 45, going in their white kits from left to right. Atlanta United 2 in their stripes, and the whistle on Okonkwo there. As they're just into the middle third. And let's take a peek at the keys. Jason, what do you think?
For Atlanta United 2, they've been getting off to some poor starts in matches. They have to stay in this match as long as possible. Don't give up an early goal. For Charlotte, it's veterans. This is an older team. This is a team that has played under Mike Jeffries for many years. They were very happy to see him return to the bench in a style of play that they were comfortable with.
You mentioned the experience up top. Jorge Herrera, who's had a couple of laps around the sun. I think 38, if math is correct.
Charlotte soccer legend Jorge Herrera started with the Charlotte Eagles, moved over to the Independents. The ageless wonder. 4 goals this season in 19 matches.
And always have to keep an eye on Jorge Herrera, number 10 in the white kits here in the first 45, as you see the Stripes working their way from right to left. Now here in minute number 6, there's Enzo Martinez. Trying to work his way out of trouble, and he does, to Alex Martinez. Lost control of it, got it back. Alex and Enzo back and forth. Nice pursuit from behind. But here comes Charlotte once again. Mansally. And it's worked all the way to the back in Tico. Tico having to find Brandon Miller. Miller will have to rescue it a little bit. Jackson Conway in pursuit. There's Barajas pressuring Miller this time, and Miller just tries to get rid of it. Kanekimana intercepts. Knocked over by Alex Martinez, and Charlotte will come out with it. Oduro will chase. Campbell will track. Reinforcements back for the Stripes, but there's Enzo. Left. Step over. Left boot and wide. Taku with the first chance for Charlotte here halfway through minute number 7.
Deflected out. It's a corner kick for Charlotte. Nice build-up play. It's a good ball down the left side. Ends up with a shot for Taku. He's unable to put it on goal because of the deflection. Charlotte with an opportunity that Enzo Martinez will be taking.
Enzo Martinez, leader in assists with 6, 2 goals in the season, 19 matches. Leads in minutes played with just over 1,600 coming into tonight. Never afraid to put the ball on net, 33 shots so far this season. Let's see what he has in mind. Easy pickings right there for Castanera. And he will outlet. Let's see what the Stripes can do with it here.
Castanera goes up strong to grab that one. Both hands very secure.
Lawrence Wyke. Oduro on him. Back to Campbell. And back to Castanera. Big idea there, looking for Conway. Tico was there instead. Charlotte will try to work the way through here in the middle third. Pressure picked up by Jordan Matthews with his first touch of the night.
Good work by Matthews on his first touch. Good body control to shield the Charlotte player off.
Now Charlotte with a chance. Herrera trying to put it into the area, looking for Oduro. Campbell there nicely to intercept back to Castanera, and they've got to try to just pass it to get it out of inside the 6, and they finally do get some breathing room. Finally sent forward with the left, looking for Conway. Hugh Roberts was there to defend for Charlotte, and it goes back to Brandon Miller.
Unable to pick out Conway to help relieve the pressure as Charlotte makes life difficult for Atlanta building out of the back, but that's the Atlanta United way. They want to build up play and control possession. They have to learn how to play through trouble.
Enzo and Alex will find Mansally, but it's too much for Abdoulaye Mansally, and it will go back the other way.
Lawrence Wyke has been a big part of Atlanta United 2's efforts to play out of trouble. He's the leading passer per 90 minutes in this squad. A player out of Furman University that's been a bit of a revelation this year. Wasn't really highly talked about coming out of college, and he's played some in the midfield, some at center back. He's really found a home at right back lately.
Mansally will throw it in here, minute number 10. All the way back to Brandon Miller. And back to Mansally, and they'll regroup here middle third. Oduro in front of him, cut back. Instead it goes to Kevon George. Taku. Conway in pursuit there with Hugh Roberts, ends up getting it off the turnover. Nicely done, pushed forward. Good work by Kanekimana to control, and the speed is there. Tries to do something with the left, too much on it. It'll be a goal kick for Charlotte, but nicely done by Bienveni Kanekimana to try to spring something for the Atlanta United offense.
Not bad at all. It starts with Jackson Conway. Kanekimana breaks through. Good recovery by Aaron Mond, who typically plays center back. He's not going to be able to win a foot race with Kanekimana, but he does enough to force an errant shot.
Here, minute 11. George worked his way back. Taku. And now it's Alex Martinez. Looking to spring Oduro. Nicely done there by Dacus to get in the way. Back and forth right now, but a lot of pressure. Here's Enzo Martinez for Charlotte. Tries to get around Dacus. Has to go down since there was no whistle. Last touched by Enzo, so it'll stick with the stripes.
The Martinez brothers are not happy with Marco Vega's decision not to give a free kick, maybe a penalty in that situation. It was a poor ball from Matthews to set it up. Hernandez tries to win it. Dacus 1v1. Little theatrical from Enzo Martinez. Might have led to the decision on the no call.
Robertson Barajas right on the touchline. Charlotte will keep it. Campbell nicely done trying to get it past Oduro, but Castanera has to recover since the ball went the wrong way. Nice outlet now by Castanera. What can the Stripes do with it?
Nice work to head away from trouble there back to Castanera. He's able to corral it.
Wyke and Metcalf with the back and forth. And Campbell and Dacus. Once again, the Stripes with the build. Here's Campbell and Captain Jack going back and forth. Herrera looking to pursue to cut off one of the possible lanes. Dominic Oduro was there. Hernandez had to go in. And you're going to get a whistle here. And does Vega go to the pocket? And Enzo sticking up for his brother Alex. Just a discussion this go round here, halfway through minute 13. But it will be a set piece opportunity, free kick for Charlotte.
Alex Martinez, you can see him sitting down there, sticking his right leg out, saying it was studs up. Risky tackle from Jose Hernandez. If Atlanta United's going to play out of trouble here, when the ball turns over, they have to drop and recover. Those types of fouls can lead to cards. Here's another look. Hernandez goes in, does show studs. Easily could have been a card. Don't think he made a whole lot of contact as Martinez is getting out of the way of it, but he did show studs. Easily could have been a card, and that would have been a suspension for Jose Hernandez. He's one yellow card away from an accumulation suspension.
Mansally with the left into the area. Kevin Barajas looking to do something with it. He finally does get it off the second touch. Stripes can do something with it. Barajas scooped it instead of trying to launch, but Kanekimana will track it down.
Strong tackle from Enzo Martinez.
Yes, sir.
A little bit of intent behind that one. That's the intensity that's needed, though, and that's young players for Atlanta United, too. Enzo Martinez had a very good year for the Colorado Rapids last year. I was honestly a little surprised he didn't stick around.
Yeah.
That's the level of intensity that it takes in these matches.
Conway, Mansally on him, Kanekimana. Then back to Lawrence White. Minute 15. Jorge Herrera chasing. Dacus, big outlet. Nicely done there. Tried to be sent in with the left by Jordan Matthews. Last touched obviously on defense by Charlotte, so it'll be a throw for the Stripes.
Matthews trying to stretch the field on that side, all the way out on the touchline, trying to get forward and open things up.
Couldn't quite handle the return from Barajas, but Atlanta United 2 sticks with it. Hernandez looking to drive. Alex Martinez gets in the way. And he will try to clear, but Hernandez gets in the way, so it'll be a deep throw in their defensive third for Charlotte.
Opportunity for Atlanta to step up high and press here, make life difficult for the Independents as they try to pick out a teammate on the throw.
Mond has Alex Martinez right in front of him, so it's a little back and forth. They're going to have him do it again.
Well, he was nowhere near where the ball went out.
And they're sending it forward that time by Alex Martinez. Second time through. Campbell will control all the way back to Castanera.
Excellent decision from Campbell.
Around the horn to Lawrence White. Dominic Aduro on him. Conway couldn't control, and a whistle.
Conway, a little jab there at Kevon George, commits the foul.
Alex Martinez, center circle. Captain Jack closing. Goes through Herrera, goes through Dacus. Ends back with Castanera. Back and forth with Campbell. Campbell looking to turn. Finally does control it. Mansally on Kanekimana. George was there as well. It's going to stick with the Stripes. White with the throw.
We know Bienveni Kanekimana can run. It's moments like that where he's got to show a little bit of strength with Mansally bearing down on him.
Mansally on Conway. And a foul on Conway as Aduro tried to defend.
Conway goes in very strong on Aduro. Physicality in this one's picking up a notch.
As are the discussions from Enzo Martinez with Marco Vega.
Conway is another one who's 1 yellow away from an accumulation suspension. Lawrence White has already had one of those. He's 1 yellow away from a second.
Quick start with Enzo and Mansally. All the way back to Tico and Hugh Roberts. Big idea looking for Enzo Martinez. Too much behind it. Turning minute number 18. And the Stripes will have a throw. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Dylan Castanera had to get rid of that Select ball rather quickly. Big pressure coming from Charlotte here. Hernandez has to get rid of it. Dacus will finally get it into the middle third. Up and over the back was Roberts. The Stripes tried to get a quick start. Didn't work, and I'm going to have to try it again.
Nice work by Conway there, backing into Roberts, earns the free kick. That's a couple that Jackson Conway's earned already. For a young player, he's kind of gathering those types of moments where he picks up a lot of free kicks for his team.
Campbell and Hernandez back to Castanera. And they'll restart with Dacus. Okonkwo. Jordan Matthews trying to get out of trouble, double teamed, and it comes back with Charlotte now.
Matthews gets nutmegged by Alex Martinez, and Alex might have had a couple words to say about it.
Mansally and Aduro. Aduro looking to turn on Campbell and Hernandez.
Ooh, not sure about that one. Looked like Hernandez won that ball cleanly. Let's take another look. Oduro cutting across, trying to stay under control. Hernandez wins the ball and doesn't go through the player to win it. He just wins the ball.
You still have some time. Don't forget to post your selfie in the 17th minute. Use hashtag ATLUTD2 for a chance to win.
So Marco Vega
club signed ball.
discussing with Herrera and Enzo and Mansally. And he'll measure off to make sure. That the stripes come back 10 with the other discussions going on currently.
It's a frustrating call to go against you because Jose Hernandez gets the foot in, wins that ball cleanly. Oduro's out of control, just looking for something to get bailed out. Gets a free kick. About 30 yards from goal.
Is it Alex? Is it Jorge? Or is it Mansally? Herrera, grounder. Goal kick. Missed everything.
Castanera had that post covered. Jorge Herrera steps up to take this one. No one's going to call him off of it. The curler, a little too much curl on it, takes it away from the post. And again, I think Castanera had it covered if it was on goal.
Yep. Minute 21. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so. Large device or small here on ESPN+. It's the USL Championship, Atlanta United 2 and the Charlotte Independence. Goal is here halfway through minute 21, Fifth Third Bank Stadium here in the suburbs of Atlanta. Charlotte playing for the first time in about a week and a half. Atlanta United 2 played in Birmingham on the weekend, a 4-0 loss to Legion. And a whistle there on Mansally as Barajas tried to get possession.
Nice work by Kevin Barajas. The little pull back away from Mansally earns the free kick.
And there's the man in charge who came down from upstairs. There's Mike Jeffries.
Thought it was telling. Enzo Martinez speaking afterwards. The win over St. Louis, talked about how this group of players, they know how they want to play. They know how they've played under Mike Jeffries before. They know what they're comfortable with, and they're happy that now they're back to that.
And it's another moment for a set piece and another moment for the Martinez brothers to have discussions with Marco Vega. Let's see what Captain Jack has in mind as Alex peeled off into the middle of it all. Herrera was there to head clear. And Matthews, caught between ideas, finally went after it. But here's Herrera for Charlotte. Big switches available. Enzo Martinez looking to set something up. Has to go with the left. Right on. Nicely defended by Castanera. It'll be another corner for Charlotte.
Those are the moments where a young player's learning on the job. Jordan Matthews, way too risky at midfield, gives it away. Charlotte with the rush. Enzo Martinez, he loves these 1v1 opportunities. He takes Metcalf to the left, gets the shot on goal. Castanera, nice placement on that post. Doesn't give up the goal.
So let's see what Enzo has in mind here. Sent in low with the right into the middle of the area. Kicked out. George will bring it down for Taku. And goes all the way back to Alex Martinez. They'll reset close to center circle. Kanekimana spun out of defense. Good scoop. Campbell was there. Oduro's there now. Herrera tries to flick. A lot of traffic inside the area. Finally cleared by Atlanta United 2 throw in.
Charlotte's kept players up after that corner kick.
Enzo and Okonkwo going at it. Mansally and Okonkwo and a foul.
Vega gives it because Mansally goes down and protects the ball.
So Enzo gets to Taku. Herrera tried to post up, defended. And Barajas is there. A lot of action center circle. And it looks like Conway's going to get a card. He gets the yellow right there for the takedown.
Late from Conway, and that means he will be missing Atlanta United 2's next match. Late challenge with the right leg trailing. It's enough for the yellow.
So let's see what Charlotte has in mind here. Center circle with Alex Martinez. Waiting for the university-wide messaging system to stop. And by all indications, this is only a test.
That's a new one. Didn't think we saw any lightning that time.
No, no.
Had a bad tendency of seeing that when we come to Kennesaw.
Yes. I think that's the end of it. And Vega was discussing something with Metcalf, and Charlotte decided to go ahead and play it in. Okonkwo, Metcalf, Kevon George, Tico, and Okonkwo. Tried to get out of trouble going back heel. The only thing it did was give it to Charlotte. George will backtrack and give to Brandon Miller. Herrera on Dacus. Kanekimana tries to get around Hugh Roberts, does not, but they're going to call Roberts on the foul.
Kanekimana tries to touch it to one side of Roberts and take off. Let's see how much contact there was. Not a lot, but Roberts cut in front of Kanekimana, shielded him off. That action, as much as any contact, is going to earn that free kick. Vega's calling this pretty tight. He's only thrown one card so far, but he's calling it pretty tight to try to keep it under control.
Alex Martinez will be the only Charlotte player to eye what's going on. Take a step, step and a half, 2 steps up from where Vega marked. Token pressure sent into the area, headed up. Headed down, Okonkwo, chipped out, chipped away. Here comes Dominic Oduro.
Not who you want to see breaking out for Charlotte if you're Atlanta.
What's Oduro going to do with it? Step over to the middle, gets past Hernandez, wide open spaces, and a Martinez. It's Alex. Lead for Herrera and in. On the break, it ends up at the boot of Jorge Herrera. It goes in the back of the net halfway through minute number 27. 1-0 Charlotte Independence.
Dominic Oduro is not who you ever want to see leading a break if you're playing against Charlotte. He picks out Alex Martinez. Martinez cuts it back to Herrera. And Jorge notches his 5th goal of the season at 38 years old. He just does not stop scoring for Charlotte.
And there he is. 38, plays like he's 28.
Plays like he's 18.
Granted, give you that one. And when you think you have him pinned down in space, he finds a way to get out.
It's those transitions. We've seen it earlier tonight where Atlanta was able to avoid it. Whenever Atlanta has a set piece in Charlotte's half, Charlotte's look dangerous when they win possession and go the other way.
Charlotte goal scored by 10, assisted by 23 in the 27th.
Alex Martinez picks up his 5th assist of the season, Herrera's 5th goal. Oduro does not get the secondary assist, but he deserved it for leading that break.
In the 24th minute.
Brandon Miller with it. Jackson Conway finally working his way forward. Miller will pick it up.
We mentioned Atlanta's need to avoid giving up the early goal. They got through the first 15 minutes here tonight, but after that, they've lost their grip on the game a little bit. It's been Charlotte stringing together passes and Charlotte's pressure causing turnovers.
Barajas and a foul. Metcalf on the push of Alex Martinez, who hit the deck. Back to Tico. We'll try to send Mansally over the top. Too much. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2. And Vega wants whoever's going to throw it in to work their way backwards more toward where Lawrence Wyke is as opposed to where Okonkwo was.
The Independents are not a team that really need a lot of possession to be dangerous. They only had 43% of the ball in their win over St. Louis FC. Tonight, they've got right now 53% of the ball. Atlanta cannot keep it at the moment.
Hugh Roberts will try to send it over the top. Campbell will get there. All the way back to Castanera here in minute number 30. Wyke, Metcalf, the outside of the right, sends it over to Dacus. Herrera on Wesley Dacus, and they'll go all the way back to Castanera again. Spotting Wyke, chested down, Campbell. Hernandez dropping back to help out with Dacus. Big left looking to get Okonkwo working. Kanekimana. Okonkwo looking to turn. Drops it back to Barajas. Available is Wyke. Grounder with the right, sent in and cleared all the way out to the middle third, almost out the center circle there.
Nice header by Campbell to keep possession. Play to Dacus, and Atlanta gets another opportunity.
Here's Wyke. Kanekimana. Barajas. And Lawrence Wyke again with the right. Nicely chested down. Kanekimana will chase. Miller will get there first.
A little more generous than I am. I think he might have thied that.
Yeah. I saw sternum, that's why I called it.
It worked. Not textbook, but it worked.
Taku. Mansally. Back and forth with Kevon George. Told to get it all the way back to Miller. Tries to work it forward to Oduro. Nice touch to Mansally to spring him. Outside of the left, Wyke will get there first. Oduro was the intended target. Enzo Martinez trying to chase.
10 years ago, that's a ball Dominic Oduro is getting on the end of. He measures his runs a little bit more at this stage.
Dacus looking for a partner. Pokes it past Herrera to Hernandez. Then back to Campbell. Metcalf is there. He'll get it. And Lawrence Wyke. Barajas in the middle. Harassed by Kevon George. Campbell and Dacus. Now some space. Back to Campbell. He's got Metcalf with him, and he's got Dacus to his left. Dribbles it up a little bit. Past Enzo. It's Kanekimana and Metcalf again.
Those are the moments where you're looking for Campbell to recognize just a little bit sooner the options he has around him. Kanekimana had picked out a nice little pocket of space around midfield. Campbell didn't spot it.
Enzo pressuring. Herrera pressuring. Campbell. To Conway, nicely done to control. Springs Kanekimana, look at this. He's got room. Gets past Tico and in!
It's a great ball down the line, and Jackson Conway, we've talked about it all night long, his hold-up play lays it off perfectly to Bienveni Kanekimana. Third start of his career here in Atlanta, first goal and an equalizer.
Watch the speed once Conway takes the bump. Kanekimana sets it up. Big right. Short side on Brandon Miller, and we're tied at ones in the 34th.
Goal's even better the more you look at it because Kanekimana gets Miller leaning one way and beats him to the near post. Great composure for the speedster.
Going down 1-0 in the 27th. It takes Atlanta United 6 minutes to respond. Tied at ones here at Fifth Third.
Atlanta goal scored by number 29, Bienvenu Kanekimana. In the 33rd.
Here comes comes the pressure again from Charlotte. Enzo Martinez lets Campbell pass by. Into the middle. Barajas tried to control it. Big swat by Okonkwo. Tried to catch Brandon Miller off his line. It was wide. It'll be a goal kick.
Love that confidence from Patrick Okonkwo. Sees Miller off his line, goes for it. 45, 50 yards out. Atlanta feeling the confidence at the moment.
Big switch. Kanekimana blew a tire, had to get up off of the pitch a little bit. Now let's see what happens here. Alex Martinez. Herrera. Flags up. Starting quickly was Jack Metcalf, but they're going to have him do it again.
For those of you checking out Atlanta United 2 for the first time this season, probably have not heard much about Kanekimana. 19-year-old came over once the season started from Burundi. A player who is experienced with all of Burundi's youth national teams at the U17, the U20, the U23 level. 19 years old, gets his first USL Championship goal here tonight.
Metcalf and Dacus. Herrera chasing. Headed out by Aaron Mond. It'll be a throw for Atlanta United 2 here. Jordan Matthews had Barajas. Hernandez. Nicely done to maintain control was Metcalf. Back to Jordan Matthews again. George pulls down Kanekimana. No whistle. No whistle there with Taku and Barajas. And here comes Enzo Martinez. A lot of bodies hitting the deck right now, and Herrera has some space. Off the shoulder, Mansally wants to wind up. Got under it too much with the left, over everything. And it's going to be a goal kick. Fans, follow Atlanta United 2 and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+. Watch the USL Championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com as you see another look at how high and wide that last shot was. Looks like it'll be a throw for the Stripes. Okonkwo and Matthews. Poked away by Alex Martinez. He'll stick with the home team. And go all the way back to Castanera here in minute 37. Campbell and White back and forth. Enzo Martinez, Damaduro, Herrera, Alex Martinez, 23, all there on defense. White calling for it from Metcalf. Metcalf goes to Campbell to start, and Campbell will find Lawrence White. Springing Kanekimana again. One-on-one on Tico. With the right on Brandon Miller.
Tico had to back off and respect Kanekimana's speed. Good ball down the line from White. Take another look. Kanekimana 1v1 with Tico. Tries to go near post at Roberts. Ready for it that time.
Brandon Miller looking for a partner. We'll just send it long. Looking for Herrera. Dacus on the joust. Matthews was there as well. Back to Castanera, who has to send it forward. Okonkwo. And now Hernandez. Jackson Conway. Nice touch. Nicer touch. Okonkwo, can he hang on to it? Keeps it in. But turned back around as Mond found Alex Martinez and Kevon George. Taku lost it. Mansally got it back, and here comes Damaduro, but Campbell's there to intercept and goes back to Castanera. Alex Martinez. Herrera was there, but Dacus got there. Sends it skyward. The Owls would be happy with the hang time on that punt during the other football season here in minute 39. So it's going to stick right at center line with Charlotte.
Yeah, but it's 100% the right decision. Jordan Matthews with a loose touch, trying to keep that in on the touch line. Charlotte with an opportunity on the right, and Wesley Dacus blasts it as high and far away as he possibly can to reset.
And there's Stephen Glass here, tied here in minute number 40.
Good response from this young Atlanta squad after falling behind, getting one back. They've kind of handled the emotion of the match pretty well. That's been an issue for them in recent matches, where when they give up one, a second one comes quick.
Taku thought that Metcalf blew through him and wanted a whistle, didn't get it. Here comes Barajas, Hernandez.
Good
ball.
And
a lot of space. What's Matthews going to do with it? Send it in with the left, intercepted nicely there by Hugh Roberts.
Roberts at full extension to keep that away from Okonkwo and Conway. It's a good ball from Jordan Matthews.
Kevon George now. Roberts tries to send it forward, up in the air on the joust. Metcalf is there, being grabbed by Taku, and that's where the foul's going to be called. Once again,
Jordan Matthews in space, left-footed ball, gets it around the first defender. Roberts has to get that right, or Conway's knocking it home.
Matthews had an idea, but the only thing was there were Charlotte players, Taku and Herrera. Dacus can recover. Alex Martinez gets there first. Taku sets up with the left, didn't get a whole lot on it. Easy pickings, Dylan Castanera.
Jordan Matthews making his first appearance in the USL Championship. You expect some mistakes like that as he tries to combine and tries to build out of the back and play the way that Atlanta United wants to. A lot of credit to Wesley Dacus for stepping up and organizing his back line. As he stepped up, he's pointing out to Matthews where to cover behind him. Wesley Dacus taking on a leadership role in the back tonight.
And you saw Castanera with the college numbers there. He's played the most matches of any guy between the sticks for Atlanta United 2 this year. 11 matches started, goals against of 272. Tried to spring Herrera there. Castanera will get there first. Goal kick. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Atlanta United 2, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Get reminders on the Stripes' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your favorite club. There's your pressure again. There's Enzo on Campbell. Castanera has Herrera coming in quickly from behind. And the flick on by Conway. Kanekimana again. Cuts it in on Mansally. Has some room. Tried to flick it back to Conway, and it's in! Two on the night for Bienveni Kanekimana and the Stripes. Up at home, 2-1.
Little fortunate this time, but Kanekimana will take it. Dribbles in, looking for the outside of the right foot. It comes off of Mond, back to Kanekimana. Slots it home. Goal number 2 of his career, goal number 2 of the night. And Atlanta United 2 is in the lead, 2-1.
2 goals, 10 minutes apart for Bienveni Kanekimana. And the Stripes up on one of the hottest teams right now in all of the USL Championship. And after a long stretch, a lot of optimism here in the first 44 minutes for Atlanta United 2.
When Kanekimana arrived, we knew about the speed. That was the first thing you hear about. It's the first thing you notice when you see him. His time here, though, his composure on the ball has increased so much. He's not just running in space and trying to get on the end of something. He's beating players on the dribble. He's slowing down a little bit with the ball in the final third and picking those opportunities out for himself.
Kevon George, center circle, looking to get Mansally going. Wyke will get there first.
The sequence starts with another nice play as a target man from Jackson Conway.
And the flick springs him. Action inside the 6. Bounces off of Mond. Kanakimana gets it off the thigh, somewhere on the leg, and it ends up in the back of the net, 2-1. Okonkwo and Alex Martinez going at it, and it's going to stick with Charlotte here.
Atlanta needs to get out of the half at 2-1 right now. Manage these moments. Charlotte would love to have Stephen Glass tear up his notes.
Aduro. Taku nicely shepherded through. Enzo Martinez pulled at by Conway. And Enzo getting once again in the face of Marco Vega. Too quick a start. And Enzo, no real surprise. Enzo chirping at Marco Vega a great deal. Here's another look.
Jackson Conway tracks all the way back, sees Enzo Martinez breaking through, has to commit the foul. It's a dangerous one because he's already on a yellow card, and that's what Enzo Vega's arguing about.
2 minutes added.
Enzo Martinez still arguing about the yellow card that Jackson Conway should have received in his eyes.
Yep.
That's a lot of conversation that Vega is allowing. Enzo Martinez in his face for a good 60 to 90 seconds.
Tags his brother in. It's Alex. So let's see what it looks like here.
Vega nonplussed by the whole thing.
Back on the wall up. Once again, Herrera and Mansally are there. Four-man wall, Atlanta United 2. Big run up there, my man Sally. Easy pickings for Castanera.
Smart from Jose Hernandez, telling him to just hold it. Wait, no need to rush.
So here comes Enzo to make the rush. Castanera sends it forward, and guess who's there? Kanakimana. Looking for Conway this time, but a bunch of white kits were there instead, and it was Tico and Mansally who'll make the big switch over to Mon. Here comes Okonkwo backtracking a great distance. Aduro. Barajas gets in the way. Herrera trying to get it away from Hernandez. And Dacus will just send it through center circle. Charlotte will try it again. Taku. And that's your first 45. Jorge Herrera gets one on the board, but then it only took a handful of minutes before it turned into the show for 29 tonight.
The issue for Atlanta United 2 in recent weeks has been when they fall behind or a mistake happens, they fall apart. They did not do that tonight. That's a credit to Stephen Glass and this coaching staff. They give up the goal, they rally themselves up, and Kanakimana brings Atlanta back.
Christmas in July here at Fifth Third, and the early presents and the shiny fire trucks go to Atlanta United 2. Up 2-1 at the break. Stick and stay. More when we come back.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back. Fifth Third Bank Stadium here in Kennesaw, Georgia. We are at the break. 2 goals from Bienvenue Kanakimana have given the Stripes the advantage over Charlotte Independence by the score of 2-1. Time to catch you up on what's been going on in and around the USL Championship, plus a visit to the lab to let you know what's going on out in New Mexico, one of the great first-year stories in the USL Championship here in 2019. Here's a look.
It's Freighter! What a hit! Crossing in, it's a goal! Pizza better not delay myself. Omar Salgado, the hometown hero. Streaking run from Doc Suggs. The cross keeps the winner! Another brace! More!
There's so much pride in this state. There's, I think, been so much pent-up demand in people who have just been looking for a way to shine and come through, and they're so capable. Some of the best people in the world live in New Mexico.
This idea was sort of born from that, you know, why don't we have a section in our stadium that is devoted entirely to the underserved, the underprivileged, you know, maybe kids who would never have the opportunity to come do this, or public servants in our community, firefighters, teachers.
It's really about uniting to the community. It's really about seeing positive outcomes for people. When I see a positive outcome for someone and I see someone start to believe in themselves more and understand what their capabilities are, it makes me feel so happy because I think oftentimes people aren't in a situation where they're able to really fully shine. And we have, individually, we have so much inside. It's probably so much more than we're even allowed or think we can give every day. So let's create a platform that gives and encourages giving and encourages community. And I think if we do that, we can make a real change.
For example, we have the YMCA coming, so we gave 75 tickets there. There was 150 tickets went to Herman Sanchez Community Center. And then, you know, the others went to other kids in the community that really would not have this opportunity.
But by the way, if it was gone and someone else wanted to get in, we'd make it happen. It's for everybody.
So it's a way to spread goodwill in our own community to the people who need it most.
It's not just about a game anymore. You know, New Mexico is really out there making a statement.
We wanted everybody from, you know, Albuquerque to Santa Fe to the, you know, the eastern and western corners of the state, southern. You're part of this team. You're part of this family. It's a movement really more than anything else, and we want everyone to know that they're a part of it. That's what our name means, United.
On the field, New Mexico United has been one of the stories of American soccer in 2019. In the stands, they've been that, and it's very cool to see that in the community in Albuquerque and the surrounding area, they're also one of the great stories this year.
We got other action going on, and most of it's out west. One game already a final. OCSC had a 2-0 lead at the break, and they won 4-1, but they're not the only game in town tonight.
A lot of matches tonight. New Mexico United is in action later tonight against Sacramento. The Western Conference has been a dogfight. Everybody behind Phoenix battling for position.
And you mentioned Phoenix, and with what else has been going on recently, you could call it everything that's attached to the news and notes, and they're on pace for a special season. You could have called it Dollar Bill, y'all, because of everything that's been going on. In one particular night, Dollar Beer Night has been amazing for them.
Yeah, we'll see if they just schedule that for every match the rest of the way. You might as well. But beyond that kind of gimmick night, it's been an amazing season where Phoenix is on pace to set records for goals and goal differential and wins and points. Pretty much everything you can think of across the board for a team.
And then what's been going on in Tampa, only one loss this season.
Well, as good as Phoenix has been out west here after a little bit of a slow start, Tampa Bay's been consistent all season long, and St. Louis was a team that was challenging them early in the year in the Eastern Conference. The Rowdies made a big statement with their win last weekend.
One of the youngest teams on average that plays is the group in Bethlehem, but the guy at the back isn't letting anything through.
It takes a special day for Bethlehem Steel to pick up some wins. They've kind of struggled to find that momentum. Tomas Romero gets the record-tying number of saves in a match. And when you do something like that, you're going to be the player of the week. And we can probably take a guess as to who the goalkeeper would be on the team of the week.
Yeah, so as we show you what the team of the week looks like, and magically there he is at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, no real shock that when you have a day like that, you're going to be rewarded for it. We mentioned Tampa Bay and the big statement win over St. Louis. Sebastian Guenzati was a big part of that.
Ish Joan from Colorado Springs, Laurent from Birmingham, Carl Howarth from Ottawa, and you've got some Western Conference influence and some Swope Park. Swope Park has had a long season, and they get representation in the team of the week as well. We will continue here at halftime. Let you know what else is going on as we get you ready for the second 45. The Stripes lead Charlotte 2-1. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Kennesaw. The last time that Charlotte Independence lost a match was June the 2nd in Ottawa, 4-1. They have not had an L next to their name ever since. It's been draws and wins with Mike Jeffries down on the touchline. Let's take a peek at how they're trailing, Jason, after the first 45.
Big save there from Miller at the beginning on the free kick from Metcalf. Enzo Martinez shot deflected. Charlotte off the set piece. Dylan Castanera goes up, grabs it strong. Saw Kana Kimana get in behind. That's a peek of what's to come. Charlotte grabbed control of the match as the first half went on and started to create more opportunities in the middle portion of the first half. Jackson Conway, physical up top. It's the goal to open things up from Jorge Herrera. Nice work by Oduro and Alex Martinez on the break. Charlotte looks pretty good at that point, but then the Kanakimana show starts. Gets in behind here after a great layoff from Jackson Conway, and Kanakimana beats the goalkeeper to the near side with the little lean, the little step to get him off balance. Nice work from the teenager, and he's not done. Gets in again after another layoff from Conway.
That was another peek at the first goal. And there's Jordan Matthews with an opportunity. Sent it in, they had to go full stretch. Dylan Castanera clamping down on that one. And here's your second one.
Kanakimana breaks in, tries to play Conway in, isn't able to find him, but it deflects back to him and he sticks with it.
Double deflection, just pokes it right in, and that's all you need sometimes. 2 goals, 10 minutes apart for Bianveni Kanakimana, and it is 2-1 after being down 1-0. Jason, you made the point. It's like you make your way through, you survive, you give up the goal. Those are some of the match stats here from the first 45, but what else sticks up in your mind?
Well, it flipped. We talked about it about midway through that half. Charlotte had the possession advantage at 53%, almost at the midway point, and it's flipped the other way with Atlanta United 2, 54%. That's a little bit more the numbers that Atlanta United 2 is used to seeing. Their passing got a little crisper. They limited some of those giveaways, and they started to play in Charlotte's half a little bit more.
And this is a team, Jason, that when it comes to Atlanta United 2, the last time they got full points was here April 13th against North Carolina FC, and it's been a long stretch for them ever since.
At that point, Atlanta United 2 was 3-2-1 on the season in a playoff spot, and things were looking very good for this group. At the first team level, we've seen some of those injuries for Atlanta United, and it's affected the availability for Stephen Glass.
Now here's what happens after tonight, and it's a bit of a mixed bag for Charlotte, but there are some tough places for them to play.
They're back and forth, home and road. They go to Birmingham. They come back home to see Louisville City, the defending champs. They go to Loudoun United. Then they get Nashville, who's been gathering some momentum as the year's gone on, and then they go into a very tough place to play in Indy.
And then that's your next 5 for Charlotte. Then on the flip side for the Stripes, you look at it, and we talk about schedule compression, and here it is a little bit, and it bits and pieces once again.
Honestly, for Atlanta United 2, I think the schedule compression is good. They need to play games together. They need to get those moments together. They go to Cary to face North Carolina FC. They get Loudoun here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. They go to Louisville, which will be a very difficult match on the road. But then they get Swope Park, who struggled this season, and they go to Hartford, a place that they can pick up a win on the road.
A lot of teams have been picking up points against Swope Park and against Hartford down at the bottom of the table, so it could be a chance for the Stripes to make some hay here in as you refer to it, which is accurate. It's the business end of the schedule now.
It's getting there, and Charlotte has always had success in this portion of the schedule under Jeffries. They always get hot around this time and go on these long streaks of being unbeaten. That's how they're in a playoff spot right now, because it was as bad of a start as you could find. Now, how do they respond? This is really the first true test of adversity that they've had under Mike Jeffries since he returned to the bench.
Looking at things here in the second 45 minutes, the Stripes will be going from your right to your left as you're watching on your device of choice. And they're in the Stripe kits as they are here at home, and then the Charlotte Independents, who on the road this year, 0-3-7, by the way. They're going to be going from right to left, and the Stripes are going to be going from left to right. Castanera puts it in the air. Settled down, Alex Martinez. Kevon George, and a foul as he was going after it with Kanakimana.
You get a little glimpse early on of the kind of lopsided shape that Charlotte will throw at you. Alex Martinez flares out to the left. You have 2 central midfielders in George and Taku. Oduro plays a little more on the forward line, but he's over on the left side. It's a a tricky shape at times to deal with because Alex Martinez will pop up in some spots that are unexpected. One of the best playmakers in the league, always creating opportunities for the players around him, usually involving his brother Enzo.
Kevin Barajas whistled for the foul there. Kevon George thought about a quick start, but they're going to slow it back down, and it's Mansally going back and forth with George. They'll send it all the way back to Tico. And Tico is back there with Hugh Roberts, but it'll go to Brandon Miller instead. Mond lost the joust with Matthews. Play on there. Vega no whistle as it was anticipated to a certain degree. Possession won by Okonkwo, trying to send Jackson Conway, but it goes back to Miller, who'll send it forward center circle. Campbell won that joust over the back of Enzo Martinez. Captain Jack trying to turn on it, but here comes Dominic Aduro. Stripes back defensively. Herrera tries to slide to keep it from going out. Nicely done to keep it. And the Stripes come away with it, Lawrence Wyke.
Nice patience from George Campbell. Sees what Herrera is going for and just waits it out.
Once again, the speed is there, but it's out of control that time. And here comes Charlotte once again as we're in minute 48. Alex to Enzo. There's Barajas. Kanekimana looking to turn, gets it back to Campbell, who evades Aduro and Enzo. Good look to Hernandez and Barajas. Little space and a little time for Kevin. Captain Jack being chased by Herrera. Back and forth with Kanekimana now. George on him. Switches there to Dacus. He's got Matthews. So when you look at the second 45, what do you think?
Atlanta has to keep limiting those turnovers. They did a better job of it in the second part of the first half. I think for Charlotte, you're going to have to start looking at the bench and the attacking substitutions that they could turn to. Nicky Jackson has had a good run of form up front for them on loan from the Colorado Rapids. Zion Jones is another one who would love to have a good night tonight, making his return to the Atlanta area.
A Clarkston product.
Atlanta United Academy product.
That too.
Went to Schalke in Germany with their U19s. Didn't advance, came back to the States, signed with Charlotte earlier this season.
Mond won it over Okonkwo. Okonkwo wanted a call, didn't get it, so now it's George and Taku. Aduro. Good flick by Alex, looking for Taku, but it ends up heading back to the Stripes and Kanekimana.
Campbell misread it, but he's bailed out by Barajas.
There's Campbell. Dacus tells Matthews to go, and he will. Okonkwo sends... Okonkwo sent Roberts into the ball, which knocks it out, so it'll stick with the Stripes here, and Matthews with the throw. Jordan looking for a partner. Hernandez ends up with it. And it looks like we're going to have our first Creature Comforts corner kick of the night here in minute number 50.
Opportunity for Jack Metcalf to deliver it with the right foot in swinger. Wesley Dacus and George Campbell, big targets. We've seen Campbell be close on a few of these. Don't discount Jackson Conway either, lurking outside the 18.
Barajas off to the right. Metcalf sends it in high, back post. Headed away by Charlotte. Dacus will track it down, let it go, so it'll be a deep throw for Atlanta United 2.
Smart from Dacus to allow someone else to take that throw, get reset. With the lead, Atlanta needs to play smart here. Get another look at the corner for Metcalf. Dacus was lurking on that back post, but it's kept away from him.
Throw in, Mansali's there. Kanekimana settles it down. And sent clear into section 125 almost by Mansali just to get rid of it. Another deep throw for Atlanta United 2. Mansali on Kanekimana. Last touch by the 29 in white, so it'll stick with Atlanta United again.
Kanekimana tries to turn. Shut down by Mansali.
Wyke looking for Conway, headed out. And seemingly for the fourth sentence in a row, it's an Atlanta United 2 throw-in. Conway posting up on Mansali. Off of Mansali and another throw. Working their way deeper into the attacking third, about 10 feet at a time.
Gonna need to get a few more balls over in that corner.
Yeah. Mansali on Conway. Last touch by Jackson Conway, so it'll be in the absolute corner, a throw for Mansali in Charlotte. Barajas on Enzo. George. Enzo trying to turn. Barajas got it. They're going to call foul. So Charlotte will reset quickly. And here's Mond with a lot of room. George. Mond again. Back and forth with Herrera. Kevon George. Taku looking to spring a Duro, but Dylan Castanera will get there first.
Good read from Castanera off his line quickly to gather that.
Back and forth with Dacus. Here's we turn minute number 54. Enzo Martinez almost got to that one. Triangle gets it back to Castanera. Castanera looking for Matthews. But Alex got there first. A lot of pressure right now from Charlotte. Looking for Okonkwo, too much. It'll be a throw from Mansali right at center line. Kevon George with space. Back and forth with Roberts. Taku will spring Mansali. Outside of the right boot, Herrera was lurking inside the 6, couldn't get there first, and it'll be a goal kick for Atlanta United 2 and Dylan Castanera.
Another great bit of work from Wesley Dacus, completely off the ball there, but staying connected to Jordan Matthews, making sure that Matthews keeps his head in it. You see the ball come in from Mansali here, and it's Matthews who's challenging Herrera. Dacus was making sure that Matthews stayed with the line, didn't leave players on side, and stayed focused. Great work from the young Honduran to keep this back line organized.
Taku, center circle. Mansali. Looking for Oduro. Stripes wanted the flag up, didn't get it. Oduro slips. Metcalf tries to head it clear. Can't. Alex Martinez is there. Looking to go on Metcalf. Turn. Herrera turns, and it's right on Castanera.
Way too much space for Jorge Herrera at the top of the 18. Right at Castanera.
Castanera thought he saw Conway, but Tico got there first. Atlanta United 2 ends up with it. Hernandez gets away from Alex Martinez. Taku is there. Herrera's there. Loses all 3 of them.
Nice work from Hernandez.
Matthews. In with the left. Too much for Conway. Okonkwo looks like he'll get there. Mansali tries to push. I'm going to say that Okonkwo got there last. It'll be a throw-in for Charlotte Independence. Here's another look.
Jorge Herrera just drifts back into a pocket of space between Dacus and Campbell. No help from the midfield because you see Metcalf and Barajas on either side. The wily veteran Herrera just falls into that space right in the middle of that square and gets off a good shot.
Enzo, Alex. Kanekimana in pursuit. Well done by Metcalf to slow things down. Mond and Enzo. Campbell is there. Nicely defended to get in the way. Enzo will take another look at it. Gets over Campbell. Nicely done by Matthews.
Huge play from Jordan Matthews because George Campbell was struggling. After the first opportunity, you see Campbell get beat here. He's on one leg. Matthews saves him, and Campbell goes down. It was after the initial cross attempt from Enzo Martinez that Campbell blocked. Not sure if when he blocked it, the ankle rolled or the foot buckled, but he was immediately hobbling, tried to stay on his feet to defend Enzo Martinez, unable to do it. Jordan Matthews had his back. And a yellow card?
Yeah, a yellow card. That's interesting. That's the word that I'll use.
The yellow card to Campbell?
I'd love to know why.
I guess for attempting to grab Enzo Martinez as he dribbled by him. I'm assuming. Maybe there was something said.
Okay, here we go.
I mean, he grabs him.
Yeah.
But there's no foul called. Advantage is played. And then Matthews with the tackle.
And they give it to Campbell. All right, so Enzo off of there. Sends it up and over the bar, so it'll be a goal kick.
Big opportunity for Charlotte. Enzo Martinez on the back post, unable to bring it down. Atlanta a little disjointed after all of that chaos.
Yeah. Robertson Conway go up for the jousts, and it comes down to Tico, who'll give it to Mond. Taku. Alex Martinez lets it go through over to Mond. Taku led a little too far. Campbell will get in the way, give to Dacus, who'll give to Jordan Matthews.
Two runners, though, through the middle. Atlanta's going to have to figure out these extra men that Charlotte are sending forward. The midfield has to get organized with Barajas, Hernandez, and Metcalf.
Conway, the chaser, as it's being worked around by George and Roberts and Tico, and now Brandon Miller. Okonkwo now in pursuit.
These are the moments that Frank DeBoer's talked about with Atlanta United. You want the players to figure out these challenges on the field. Atlanta United, too, is seeing some challenges at the moment as Charlotte commits numbers forward looking for an equalizer.
Charlotte's pace quickens. George, Hernandez on him. Taku, Barajas. Nicely done there. Kanekimana has Okonkwo and Conway. Sets it forward, but it's blocked. Barajas a little late in getting up. Hernandez will end up with it. Wyke helping out. Barajas with the turn to keep possession. Campbell. Dacus. A Duro on Barajas, but it's worked through. Wyke up and over man Sally. In with the right. Conway just missed it. Okonkwo just missed it as well. It's going to come down to George. But Campbell will come in. Circles his way back through. Metcalf and Dacus. And Atlanta United, too, keeping possession all the way back to Castanera. And there's your look at Wyke sending it in just over the top.
Nice clearance by Mond on the backside, or Okonkwo has an opportunity.
Going to be a throw for Charlotte here. Back and forth with Aduro. Kanekimana challenges nicely. Off of Taku.
Kanekimana went down hard. He's trying to get back to his feet.
He does. A little slow to get up. Enzo. Alex is there. Matthews, nicely done by Dacus to help out defensively. Alex wanted a call, didn't get it. Matthews with the left, but it ends up right back in Charlotte's hands.
Alex couldn't get through Jordan Matthews. Strong work from the academy player Matthews to keep Alex Martinez off.
Matthews feeling it a little bit over on the far side. Kanekimana tried to do a flick with Wyke, didn't happen. Here comes Charlotte and George. Alex Martinez, Mond overlapping. Not a lot behind that one. Barajas stepped into the lane. George stepped back. And they're going to call Barajas.
Barajas late to it, stumbling a bit, trying to get a foot on it.
And Zion Jones making an appearance.
This is where Charlotte starts to go for it. Zion Jones in for Taku. Taku oftentimes is that metronome in the midfield for Charlotte. That's who they try to play through. You're sacrificing a central midfielder to bring on another attacker. We'll see how Jeffries changes the shape. Looks like Jones out to the right.
Mond couldn't get there in time. It's going to stick with Atlanta United 2 here, early minute 63.
Probably a true three up top for Charlotte with Aduro on the left side, Jones on the right, who's on it now, and Herrera running the middle channel.
Hernandez, sorry. And Zion Jones run into one another. They're going to call Hernandez for the foul here.
Jones has brought a ton of energy since stepping on the field. He's been running all over the place. That time it's a little step over to get Hernandez out of balance, earns the foul, the free kick. Now Charlotte can get those big bodies in Tico and Roberts up top.
Enzo and Mansally are there.
Watch out for Enzo lurking down the wing.
And Sally poked with the left up in the air with the head, and it was up and over the crossbar, so it'll be a goal kick. Fans of the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Halfway into minute 64, Mond and Okonkwo go at it. Enzo Martinez flicks it forward to himself, tries to send it in with the right. Zion Jones was there. And it's going to stick with Charlotte. And now an Atlanta substitution. Looks like it's going to be Will Riley coming in for Kevin Barajas now.
These are the moments as you're developing players that you look for. These are those teachable moments. Barajas, a good 64-plus minutes from him, but now you're bringing on Will Riley, another one of the academy players for Atlanta United. This is a big moment for him to handle the intensity and handle the situation in this match.
Off of Okonkwo, so it'll stick with Charlotte. Subs left for Atlanta United 2, Guillermo Benitez, Alessandro Castro, Paul Christensen, Annette Chris Goslin, Laurent Kissidu, and Will Vint.
Very savvy from Okonkwo to earn that free kick. Riley had just come on. He's trying to tell everyone the instructions from Stephen Glass, the manager. Goes over to Jordan Matthews to relay some instructions there as well. Okonkwo earning that free kick gives time for everything to get organized. I think Will Riley's went around to 5 different players to tell them how this is going to be structured.
Subs left for Charlotte, Jake Arman, Nikki Jackson, Valentin Sabella, Clay Dimmick, and Curtis Anderson.
I'm blown away that Marco Vega is going over to tell Jack Metcalf to stop talking when he's standing next to Enzo Martinez. Blown away by Vega to go over to talk to Metcalf there.
Hernandez settles, and it ends up at the feet of Enzo.
Enzo's probably still talking right now.
Yes. Alex and Mond. In with the right, back post, too much. Tune into ESPN3 on July 31st, 9 o'clock Eastern Time for a Wednesday night soccer contest in the land of enchantment. Two of USL Championship's newest clubs battle for playoff position as El Paso Locomotive FC travels to New Mexico United. See it all July 31st, 9 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday night soccer on ESPN3. Castanera sends it forward with the right. Conway chasing with Tico. Charlotte ends up with it.
Good pressure from Riley.
Tico and Roberts. Zion Jones has space.
Campbell's able to recover, but Zion Jones with the turn. He lost Dacus. Feet were a little too fast for him, though, to keep control.
Campbell over the top. Looking for Matthews. Jones headed down nicely. Last touch by Jordan Matthews.
Matthews laboring a bit. This is a long time for him in a game that's more intense than many he's played in his life. Got to find a way through it, and dealing with a fast winger, tricky winger like Zion Jones. Big test for him.
George looking for help with Mond, who will send Zion Jones. Can he track it down in the absolute corner? No. Heading in for another goal kick. So fans follow Atlanta United 2 and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, Open Cup, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+. Watch the USL Championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Mond is there. Center line. Has some space. Gave it to Alex. Okonkwo got in the way.
Riley takes it off of him.
Let's see what Riley wants to do. Tries to give it to Conway. He'll get there and keep it in. Matthews with the left. Far post over Okonkwo. Just headed clear, so it'll be another Creature Comforts corner kick. Mansally gets it out of the way.
Such a nice left foot from Jordan Matthews. We've seen good deliveries from him many times tonight. That one just slightly overhit from Okonkwo. A lot of credit to Jackson Conway to keep that in, dance along the end line, and give Matthews an opportunity to serve one up.
Alex Martinez being rather helpful.
Hernandez will take this. In-swinger with the left foot. Dacus had an opportunity to go over and speak to Stephen Glass for a second. Now he charges in.
He and Lawrence White get a little do-si-do going. Left in with Hernandez. Headed down Campbell, but it's right into the mitts of Brandon Miller.
George Campbell with a good look, doesn't catch it clean, and now Zion Jones has an opportunity to break for Charlotte.
Campbell can't keep up with him, but he does poke it away momentarily.
Slows him up. I don't think he actually got a touch, but he forced Jones to pull it back.
Alex Martinez to Enzo. Driving on Wyke. Gets in the way. Nicely done, Lawrence Wyke.
Outstanding 1v1 defending from Wyke to push Enzo off of that and win it back. Enzo trying to cut into the right foot. Wyke wouldn't give him the space. 1v1, Enzo Martinez has to cut back to the left, and that's all Lawrence Wyke.
Sub for Charlotte, Valentin Sabella comes in, and that's the end of the evening for Dominic Aduro here in the 71st.
Aduro runs out of gas, and Sabella, the player who made a name for himself in the U.S. Open Cup with the Florida Soccer Soldiers, earns himself a contract. Brings some quick feet into this attack for Charlotte.
Enzo. Kevon George. Mond. Back and forth with Herrera. Mond looking to go on Matthews. Matthews gets in the way nicely.
Oh, wow, the foul is called. It looked like Matthews won that tackle. Free kick on the edge of the 18. It looked like Jordan Matthews won that tackle. Seeing it live. Here's another look now. No, Mond got a foot in at the very end as he's turning. He knows he has no chance to win it or to put in a cross, but he knows that Matthews is committed. That's that veteran experience from a player like Aaron Mond with a lot of experience in Major League Soccer. No chance to put that in, but he does earn a free kick.
Big moment here in the 72nd for Atlanta United 2. Mond with the left, pokes it in, and in the net. From just outside the area, poked in, and we're tied at 2s halfway through minute 72.
Abdoulaye Mansali with the service, and it's Mond on the end of it. After earning the free kick, he's the one who gets the right foot on it, reaching around Lawrence Wyke. That goal is all Aaron Mond's, not just for this part of it, but for earning the free kick.
Great individual effort there by Aaron Mond, looking and working his way around Lawrence Wyke to put it in the net, tied at 2s in the 72nd.
Look, every time Atlanta United 2 and Charlotte have played, it's ended in a draw. 3 draws in this series historically. No real shock that we're in the 73rd minute and it's 2-2.
So here comes Atlanta United 2. Kanekimana with 2 goals so far on the night, looking to drive too much. He was looking to go on Mansali. It went over the in line. And they both end up in the inboards.
Benny and his Jets were looking for another 10 yards at the end of the field.
So let's see how the Stripes respond.
They responded well to giving up the first goal. Now we see how they respond to conceding the lead.
Mond, George, Enzo. Great mano-a-mano work there with Riley and Enzo. It ends up with Hernandez. And they're going to call Metcalf.
That's an awful call.
And you're going to get a yellow to Metcalf.
Jack Metcalf did not like it. Immediately gets up and makes his case. He has to get a yellow there. That's a couple where Vega's been quick to blow the whistle on a challenge that earlier in the match was not seeing a whistle.
And you see just Metcalf there shaking his head.
This match started out with a lot of intensity. A lot of things were happening on the field without whistles. That time, Metcalf gets a quick one and a yellow.
Sabea down and another foul called on Wyke.
This is where Atlanta has to keep their heads, though. Let's go back to the Metcalf yellow card and foul.
And we'll get back to that in a second. So Enzo.
Mansali looks like he's going to take it with the left foot, swing this one in. You have to watch out for Mond again. He's on the back post. 6'3", Kevon George is in front of him.
And Sally with the left, headed out by Metcalf. Trying to get there first was Hernandez in front of Zion Jones. They're going to say that Jones touched it last. It'll stick with the Stripes. Let's take another look at the Metcalf yellow.
Just a little late there to it. That angle, you can't tell if Metcalf gets to the ball first. Looked like he did from our angle live. That angle looks like maybe he was a bit late.
So Metcalf gets the yellow in the 74th. We're here early in the 76th. Dacus, nicely done to get out of traffic. And there's Hernandez with the left. Not enough on it. But Kanekimana will track it down after a touchman Sally last. Enzo in pursuit. And Sally will take it away. Big right. Herrera's going to get there, but it looks like Castanera in a dangerous place is going to get there first.
Castanera off his line, had room, had space. Smart decision from the goalkeeper. He's comfortable with the ball at his feet. Atlanta getting a little sloppy, a little frustrated defensively as well. Charlotte's taking full advantage.
There's Enzo. Looking to drive. And there's the push. Sabea goes down. So here's your look here from Alex. He'll just poke it forward to his brother with the right and wide of everything.
See, but those are the moments Atlanta United 2 kind of loses their head, falls asleep a little bit. Way too easy for Alex Martinez just to touch that forward to his brother Enzo.
Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPNplus.com. Search for Atlanta United 2, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Get reminders on the Stripes' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Another sub for the Stripes. That's it for Okonkwo this evening.
Laurent Kisiadou checks in. Looks like Kanakimana is going to move up top with Conway. Laurent Kisiadou will be over on the right wing. It's been a good 77-plus minutes from Atlanta United 2, but they need to see this out and get a positive result.
One substitution left for both sides. Jordan Matthews getting involved. Looks like Herrera's going to get there off the deflection. That went a long way. Wants to set up the left, pulls it back, drops it. Enzo with the right, cuts it back. Stripes are there.
But they give it away with Matthews down. Metcalf was asking for that ball to be played out.
Alex, Enzo, space, right foot over everything.
Charlotte tried to swing it over to this side and take advantage of Jordan Matthews being down injured. Little too long to do it, but you could see after Atlanta won the ball initially, Jack Metcalf is pointing to Matthews and saying, play it out. Hernandez played it through the middle. That gave Charlotte another opportunity.
Jordan Matthews gets stretched out with a little help from Kanakimana. Back on his feet.
Matthews and Mond with a pretty big collision on a 50-50 ball. Mond won it. Gave Charlotte a chance. Matthews has been stretching a lot over the last 10-15 minutes. Calves might be cramping up just a bit.
Castanera towards center line. Conway had it, lost it. It's going to go back to Charlotte. Miller. Mond. George. And back. Too much for Zion Jones, knowing that Matthews had just been down. They wanted to work that side. Ends up with Castanera now here in the 80th minute.
Charlotte created the overload with George and Jones against Matthews 2v1. George gives it away cheaply. No need to play that long.
Castanera, Conway settles. Nicely done to Kisiadou. Riley. Wyke and over to Dacus.
Excellent from Wyke to switch the point of attack quickly.
Matthews can't get there in time. Bowled over by Zion Jones.
That's smart from Matthews. He was the one who was taken advantage of earlier by Mond that set up the free kick and gave Charlotte the opportunity to equalize. This time Matthews knows he has no chance at the ball, and he steps in to draw the contact from Jones. Matthews knows the ball is gone. He steps into Jones, takes the hit, earns the free kick, and Jones picks up a yellow. That's learning on the job from Jordan Matthews.
I was going to ask you, what's been your appraisal overall about his play, and he's in his 80th minute tonight.
He's had a little bit of everything tonight, which is what you expect in your first start at this level. But a play like that at this stage of the match, that's learning from what happened before where you conceded and you give up the free kick that ends up finding the back of the net. Matthews that time just steps into the contact when the ball is gone, earns a free kick.
Metcalf, back post into the area. A couple of bodies touch it.
Wyke mistimed it.
Riley is there. Captain Jack will go all the way back to Castanera. Up and over, Kanekimana. Last sub for the Stripes. Looks like that's the night for Jordan Matthews. Guillermo Benitez will come in for the final 10.
Really good night for Jordan Matthews. I mean, we just talked about the savviness to earn that last free kick. Battled through just, I think, fatigue towards the end of the match. Maybe some mental fatigue as well. But that's an excellent debut for Jordan Matthews. And now we see Guillermo Benitez, a player that we've talked about quite a bit at left back. Played with Panama in the U20 World Cup this summer. Electric going forward, a lot of pace, and now he's going to have an opportunity to run at some tired legs.
Coming up on minute 83, Mond and Enzo. Little swim move there, but it ends up with the Stripes. Metcalf looking to go on Alex. Pokes it to Kanekimana with the left over everything. Settled by Mansally. Back to Brandon Miller, who clear.
Mansally had to get that right with Kisiadu bearing in behind him. Excellent job from the left back for Charlotte.
Foul on Kisiadu for trying to spin Mansally and get him down and get possession, but it's going to stick with Charlotte. Alex, George, over Kisiadu. Quick throw for Charlotte to bring it back in. Herrera, Campbell, and all the way back to Castanera. Alex. Spinning out, it's dueling 11s over there into the box. Up and over everything. Enzo will try to track it down. Spinning out of control on Benitez. He'll end up with it, tries to get it into the area, but it's going to be Benitez who will bring it out. Sorry, Dacus will bring it clear.
Great balance from Enzo Martinez as he spins out of trouble. But it's Wesley Dacus who leads the break for Atlanta, picks out Riley.
Riley center circle to Kisiadu, who's got some space. Mansally marking. Step overs. Riley, Conway had two ideas, let it go through, but it's going to stick with the Stripes and Lawrence White.
Too quick from Riley, plays it behind Conway, has no opportunity to get a touch.
Sabea had a chance, Campbell. And it's Benitez and Kanekimana. Conway wanted to turn with the right. Sent way out, and it's going to be a throw for the Stripes, and looks like it's going to be Wyke in the 85th minute.
Conway turns and gets the shot off. Roberts just blocks it about 20 yards from goal. Earns a throw for Atlanta.
Kisiadu took advantage of no one claiming it, drops it back, and just blocked. It's going to be a deep throw for the Stripes quickly.
Sally puts his body on the line with Lawrence Wyke loading up a heavy right-footed cross. Now Atlanta switches it to the left and Benitez.
Going to be a big bruise in the morning for sure. Hernandez. Mond on him. Kisiadu in the middle. Captain Jack. Wyke in with the right on the ground. Conway, can he turn? Yes, but it's into the area and cleared.
Turned, looked for the shot at the near post. It was blocked.
Hernandez in. Headed. Wyke will settle. He goes down. They're just going to call goal kick.
Yeah, nothing in it. It's a goal kick. Wyke needs to work on his acting skills just a bit if that's what he was going for.
And the last sub for Charlotte, it's Nicky Jackson for Jorge Herrera with 5 minutes to go.
Pretty good option off the bench for your club legend, Jorge Herrera, who has a goal tonight. You bring on a player that the Colorado Rapids like a lot, but a player who needs playing time. Nikki Jackson here in Charlotte this season to get that time, and he's been successful. A big, hard-working center forward.
Who, by his own admission, says he needs minutes.
By Colorado's admission, says he needs minutes. If he wants to make it at the MLS level, and it'd be a bit of a Cinderella story. I mean, this is a third-round draft pick. You don't see many third-round picks stick around. Nikki Jackson has just worked his way into this opportunity, and now here in Charlotte, he's going to get that playing time to show what he can do and develop.
3 goals in 12 appearances before tonight. Riley double-teamed. Campbell with help. Dacus all the way back to Wyke. Big slide to keep the progress from going forward.
It's a dangerous ball by Dacus over to Wyke with Nikki Jackson bearing in. Jackson's just off the bench. He's fresh. Wyke isn't able to turn that upfield.
Kisiadu looking to turn. Center circle. Hernandez calling for it. Benitez will get it. Kisiadu wants it back. As he's got a bit of a run going, he'll get it. Not a lot of mustard behind it, and he's going to have to fight Zion Jones for it, but they're going to call Kisiadu for the foul. Three previous times, shared results. Right now, that's where we are with 2+ minutes to go.
Stephen Glass playing the role of ball boy. Keeps that going quickly as Atlanta's getting some momentum right now.
Yeah, Metcalf. Big switch. Not enough on it. Headed nicely down by Mond to Brendan Miller.
Good work by Mond. Benitez had dropped off looking for the header from Mond away from goal. That gave him the opportunity to head that back.
Kanekimana pursuing. Miller puts his foot into it. Wyke defending well.
Strong from Wesley Dacus in front of Nikki Jackson.
Kanekimana had to wait. And then we'll go out. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Atlanta United 2, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Get reminders on the Stripes' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club.
89th minute, George Campbell tries to win that at midfield. Hernandez earns a free kick. Jackson a little over-exuberant in his challenge. Feels like Atlanta's the team that's gathering momentum and the more likely one to find a winner.
Looking for Kisiadu, and Sally was there. Sabea there to help defending, and here's Alex. Zion Jones wanted it. Good dummy to keep possession by Mond, and they're going to call a foul on Hernandez and draw a card.
Mond with a really nifty move. Hernandez has no choice but to grab him as Mond starts to break away.
4 yellows on the night for Atlanta United.
That means Jose Hernandez will miss the next match as well due to yellow card accumulation.
So no Hernandez and no Conway next time out for the Stripes. And that will be this weekend against North Carolina FC in the Triangle. Up and over everybody. Benitez lets it go, so it'll stick with the Stripes for a throw. 30 seconds plus added time to go.
Everyone looking to the fourth official to see how large of a number he puts up on that board.
Looks like we're headed toward 3 minutes.
Not the largest number I was open for.
And a foul call. Late challenge on Conway on Alex.
Both of Martinez's shoving players. Enzo gets a shove. Alex gets a shove.
Alex not happy with George Campbell. Ended up flicking Mr. Vega on the way by.
Campbell just needs to get back and defend.
Mansally sends it in. Castanera looking. There's a lot of bodies up there. Goes up once, goes up twice. George was looking for a shot to get it through. Didn't happen, and it's just cleared.
It's the second time Castanera is able to get a touch to it. Kanekimana rides off the challenge. Atlanta with a break.
Bienvenu Kanekimana looking for the hat trick. Too much with it. Alex is back to defend.
Too heavy of a touch from Kanekimana.
And on the challenge where Kanekimana got to turn the corner, Mansally went high, and now he's grabbing his ribs.
He landed hard. Kanekimana really had no opportunity to go up and challenge for it as we take a look now. It's a bouncing ball that Mansally just goes over top of him. It's a good no call because Kanekimana has the chance to break. I have no idea what Enzo Martinez is arguing about with Vega. But again, earlier in the match, we saw Vega go to Jack Metcalf and say no more conversation from you. This is the third or fourth time that we've seen Enzo Martinez talk to Vega. This time, Vega gets help from Wesley Dacus, who pulls Enzo Martinez away to have a debate.
It's a distract.
Vega's happy about that because then he doesn't have to hear Enzo Martinez.
Yep. And Kanekimana being a great sportsman about things, helping Mansally up to sit. But I think trying to do the math quickly in my head, I think it was the fourth time that that A. Martinez was there to discuss things with Mr. Vega.
Martinez, no, it's probably 6 or 7, but Enzo is the soul of this team, and you see the chirping, you see these moments, you also see him talking to teammates, you also see him leading by example, you also see him going in hard for challenges to get his team going. Enzo Martinez, we've talked about the conversations many times with the referee, but Enzo Martinez leads this team in a big way. Nicky Jackson went down to a knee.
There's your heart and soul in a white kit.
Well, he's got some more to talk about right now
and
because something happened off the ball, and Nicky Jackson went down to a knee. The AR has called Vega over.
We got folks.
Yeah, because something happened off the ball initially with Nicky Jackson, who went down. Did not see who it was that Nicky Jackson was involved with. The AR pulled Vega over to talk about it.
Sabea trying to keep Alex Martinez from the scrum. And Sabea pointing with the left. Kanekimana trying to hug it out.
It's a red card off the ball.
Oh, wow.
And it's Jack Metcalf who gets the red. Nicky Jackson was doubled over as Vega started walking up the field to restart. There were a lot of players jawing at one another like they still are. But it was Nicky Jackson who we saw double over and go down to a knee. The AR immediately signaled for Vega to come over and have a word with him. And Vega goes back and shows the red card to Jack Metcalf of Atlanta. Now there's a yellow card as well to Lawrence Wyke. There's a yellow card to Nicky Jackson. I think that's all the cards that are being dealt. We'll see how much additional stoppage time we get now. We're in the 95th minute. It's a restart for Charlotte in their own half on the drop ball after Vega had blown the whistle initially to check on Mansally.
And Dylan Castanera trying to get everybody forward from a defensive point of view, and Vega's just going to call it.
That's probably the smart decision, but Lawrence Wyke's not happy about it. Laurent Kissiadou's not happy about it.
And looks like he went to the pocket again.
I think he's just grabbing his cards in his notebook. I don't think he was going to the pocket again to show anything to Wyke.
Okay.
Wild ending here in Kennesaw.
And it looks like Alex Martinez is having to be restrained. Stephen Glass is trying to talk to Alex. Sabea is trying to get Alex away from anybody in a stripe.
The referees are still talking over on one half of the field away from everything.
And we've still got a scrum in the middle. You've got coaching staff for Charlotte trying to get their players to their side and their exit to the locker room. Stephen Glass trying to make sure that those folks are going that way. Brandon Miller now getting involved. And the discussions are still going.
Brandon Miller very heated, yelling at a group of players from both teams.
And let's just say the final couple of minutes were interesting for the wrong reason. A lot of jawing back and forth. And for the fourth time in the history of this matchup between Atlanta United 2 and Charlotte Independence, it ends up with a shared result.
It was a chaotic 3-3 draw earlier this season that had everything you could ask for. We found a few more things tonight to finish this one up.
So we'll come back and let you know what else is going on. It was 2-2 and 1-1 last season, 3-3 this season, 2-2 tonight. The Stripes and Charlotte tied at 2s. We'll come back to put a bow on it when we come back. It's the USL Championship on ESPN+. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium here in Kennesaw. Wild last couple of minutes. And once again, for the fourth time in the history of this matchup between Atlanta United 2 and Charlotte Independence, it ends up with a shared result. There's your stats, but what do you see?
Very even match. Charlotte with the Independence possession advantage here in the second half as they flip it back to their side of things. Very even in terms of shots on target, a little shaded towards Charlotte. Atlanta played really well. They were unable to see this out and take the maximum points. The 5 yellow cards and 1 red on the Atlanta side, 1 yellow on Charlotte. That's a little surprising.
And there's going to be some absences next time around when the Stripes play on the weekend up in North Carolina. It was Christmas in July. There's some coal in both teams' stockings as they both leave. One here to sign for the fans and one to head back to Charlotte, North Carolina and the Sportsplex at Matthews. Next time out of the blocks, it will be the Stripes playing at North Carolina FC on the weekend. They will do so a little short-handed. For Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us here in Kennesaw, Georgia. Big night for Bienveni Kanakimana. 2 goals and a shared result. Atlanta United 2 and Charlotte Independence in the night. 2-2 tie. Thanks for hanging out with us. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you next time. You've been watching the USL Championship on ESPN+. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.